Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's always so strange saying that. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's just weird. I just feel like, how else do you open up a vlog? Thought this would be the best opportunity to film a glute workout. I have so many people message me and asking, how do I grow my glutes? And I thought I'd put this video together so you can either implement it into your own routine, take specific exercises that you want to implement. So whilst I'm actually filming this intro, I am going to be just getting my creatine and pre-workout ready. I'm using the EHP Labs creatine. That's one I've used in a long time. You just take one scoop into your water. It's not flavored either, so you compare it with a flavored pre-workout. And my pre-workout choice today is the EHP Labs Oxy Shred Bubble Trouble. The way to explain this flavor is it tastes like Hubba Bubba. It's so good. So I literally just mix my pre-workout and my creatine into my shaker. Normally I'll have it ready before I go to the gym and I'll drink it on the way, because you should have it about 20 minutes before your workout. All just depends on the pre-workout that you take. However, I just thought that I would put me doing this in the video so you can just see more of a realisticness to what it is that I actually do before the gym, after the gym, and during. I'm going to do a hamstring and glute workout, mainly because a lot of people ask how I grow my glutes, and I thought I would put the exercises that I do currently together so you can either use them yourself, do the whole session yourself, or just take bits of the exercises that you enjoy. I can't stress enough that what works for me may not work for you. However, if you are going to be implementing these, you have to stick with them. You can't just do them for 2 or 3 sessions and think that you're going to have a massive change. You have to stick to them for a couple of weeks. Give it 6 to 8 weeks to start seeing some actual proper progress. Obviously, weight-wise, you'll be up in the weights beforehand. But yeah, what necessarily works for me may not work for you. So there's an exercise in here that you don't enjoy, don't do it. Swap it out for something else. If you enjoyed today's video, and let's go grow some glutes. So before any glute sessions, I always start with 10 to 15 minutes of dynamic stretches to warm up the hips and legs. This helps increase the blood flow, loosen tight hip flexors, and improve range of motion. Movements like leg swings, hip circles, bodyweight lunges, squats, and glute bridges really can wake up the muscles. Think of this as part of priming your glutes so they fire properly during the heavier lifts. You'll get way better results and lower your risk of injury. Try and keep these controlled, don't rush through your warm-up, and focus on opening up the hips. So for the first exercise that we're going to be doing is barbell hip thrusts, but with no weight for one set. So on this one, we're going to be looking at activating our glutes to make sure they're actually switched on before loading up that weight. I'm focusing on controlled reps, tucking the pelvis under and pausing at the top to feel the glutes squeeze. You want to tuck your chin in slightly, drive through the heels, and really squeeze for 1 to 2 seconds at the top. So once we've completed this set, we want to go ahead and add our weight. So this is going to be our main compound lift for our glutes. Heavy hip thrusts are amazing for building strength and size in glutes because they allow for a deep stretch and a strong peak contraction. So you want to keep your ribs down, your shins vertical at the top, and aim for the full hip extension without arching your back. We want quality reps whilst we're doing these hip thrusts, so make sure you're putting on a weight that is comfortable for you. To ensure extra comfort in this exercise, use a bar pad or a towel for comfort around the bar. Control the eccentric, which is your lowering phase of the exercise, and drive through your heels up. Next, we're going to be moving on to a unilateral movement to work each leg evenly and build balance. This is our cable step-ups. Using the cables adds constant tension throughout the movement, which keeps the glutes switched on the whole time. I'm focusing on a controlled drive through the heel of the working leg, keeping a slight forward lean to load the glutes more. So you want to keep a nice little hinge at the hips. It's a great way to isolate each side and build that round lifted shape. So you want to make sure that you're not pushing off on the back leg, which is the leg that's going towards the floor. Let the glute of the working leg do the lifting. Keep the movement slow and controlled, especially on the way down, to really feel that stretch and contraction. Now we're going to be moving on to doing some sumo squats. So this targets the inner thighs and glutes more than the regular squat, thanks to the wider stance. So in this exercise, we want to be focusing on pushing our knees out, sitting hips down and driving up through your heels to really engage the glutes. This compound move gives a great overall lower body burn. You want to keep your chest tall, engage your core, and control the depth for a strong glute contraction. And we're moving on to our hyperextensions, aka back extensions. These aren't just for your lower back. If you tweak the form, they're incredible for your glutes. This is one of my favorite glute exercises. So we want to be rounding your upper back slightly, tuck your pelvis in and squeeze the glutes to lift rather than extending through the spine. You should feel this in your glutes and hamstrings, not in your lower back. My tip would be to make sure you point your toes out slightly, push your hips into the pad, and keep the movement slow and controlled. So for this exercise, we want to be doing 15 weighted reps, putting the weight down and going straight into 5 body weighted reps. Really making sure that you squeeze your glutes at the top of the movement. And finally, for our last exercise, we're going to be going into a superset finisher. So this is going to be our Smith machine single RDLs and then straight into our normal RDLs. So this superset is a killer finisher. So first of all, we want to start off by doing 8 single RDLs on each leg. So our single RDLs challenge balance and they isolate each glute individually. Then after we've done this, we're going to go straight into our bilateral RDLs. This allows us to overload both sides together. This combo gives you a serious stretch and burn to finish off the session. So some tips for our RDLs. We want to keep a soft bend in the knee. We want to be hinging at the hips, not squatting. The best way to think about how to hinge at the hips is imagine there is a wall behind you and you're trying to get your glutes to touch that wall. And now we've come to the end of our workout. We want to make sure that we are finishing off with some stretching. This helps reduce the soreness and keep our mobility high. We want to focus on stretching out our glutes, hamstrings, and hip flexors. We've worked them hard. This is also a perfect time to just slow down, breathe, and let your body recover. I would advise holding your stretches for around 20 to 30 seconds. However, that is a wrap on today's glute workout. My glutes are officially cooked. If you're feeling the burn, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more training sessions, tips, and routines. I love hearing from you. So if you've got any questions or want to see a specific workout, let me know in the comments below. Keep showing up for yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.